Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to go over some pieces that have been seeing a lot of play in our Pauper formats. We've done Pauper a couple times at our locals, and a lot of these pieces pop up, and I think that there's something that should be brought to more people's attention. A lot of our teams that we put on the channel, especially recently, have had a lot of chases on them that are expensive. These pieces they're commons and uncommons. They're very cheap, easy to get a hold of. You're going to get a couple of them out of a booster, and you don't need to have expensive pieces in order to play good teams. So I wanted to highlight some of the cool figures that I have seen play and some that I really enjoy. There's also a lot of Avengers on this team. Most of these are from War of the Realms. They had a lot of really cool commons. Two of these are from Disney Plus. I haven't really taken the biggest look into X of Swords. David's more the X-Men guy, but I wanted to go over my collection, just some things that I saw. The first character that I want to bring to attention is Blade. So this Blade is kind of nuts. He's Avengers, Midnight Suns, Mystical, and Monster, which means he's going on 3 teams that are very popular. He's only 60 points, so doesn't take up that whole big spot. And the main reason you play him is his rally ability. He rallies on opposing 6s, so if your opponents are hitting really well, he gets a rally die. The rally die has a steal energy hidden in there too, so he always has steal energy. But whenever he would be KO'd by an opposing character, you may instead remove a rally die from Blade, and if you do, you heal him to Clix 6. So he doesn't die as long as he has rally dice. This isn't a once per turn thing. This isn't everything. This happens when he takes damage from an attack, when he takes damage from poison. Anything that a character says he deals damage, as long as it's an opposing character, he'll come back as long as he has rally dice. Late game, if you can get Blade to survive, he basically becomes unkillable, and he is a melee beast. Blade's also a team player, so he can pick up team abilities on whatever you're throwing him on. Monster and Mystical are very unique keywords that can go anywhere, and Avengers has a big span of pieces that go without, so you have a lot of options there. If we look at his card, he's 60 points. Like I said, his first 3 clicks he has charged blades, and he does 3 damage. He's got toughness, but that doesn't really matter because he's essentially going to be an unkillable guy towards the end of the game, hopefully. And then he's got Flurry on his lower dials and a regen on the bottom here. So when he gets down that low, if he doesn't have any rally dice, you can try to heal him to the point where he will have rally dice later in the game. And he's just kind of a beast melee piece. We've included him on a lot of the teams that we have played just for fun. I played him a couple times on our Sealed series. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out. Blade is just a very good piece, and I think this is something that people should try to pick up. To go with Blade, we have Black Widow, again from War of the Realms. This Black Widow is really cool because she has traded stealth, and friendly Avengers and characters adjacent to her have stealth. So play her on a team with Blade, and Blade has stealth. Also, I didn't mention on Blade, he is a range character. He has 6 range with 2 targeting, so he can still do some range attacks, which is kind of cool. But on the Widow, she's got a 4 range, triple targets. She's your utility piece just to give stealth to your Avengers. She's an Avengers, Champion, Shield, Thunderbolts, Martial Artist, and Spy. A lot of good keywords in there. Avengers and Shield are really strong. Thunderbolts is pretty good. I haven't seen a lot of Martial Artists recently. There's a Shang-Chi, and I think some of the Turtles. Spy is a pretty generic keyword, spans all the universes, so that's kind of cool. She's a team player as well, and ignores characters for movement. Very good, just piece for 50 points. Takes up a little bit. I think 50 points for giving all of your Avengers stealth is a very worth it piece. She's got her sidestep on her first 3, so she can move up a little bit more, and an outwit, so she's a utility piece. Throw her in hindering, she's not going to get shot. 19 defense here at close, so she's going to be kind of hard to hit. She's just pretty good utility. Again, giving stealth to all of your guys is pretty good. We have 2 more guys to do something similar. We have SpiderMan, specifically Miles Morales. He's got super senses, and friendly characters that are adjacent to him or have the Avengers keyword have super senses. And he's Avengers, Champions, Shield, and Spider-Man family. 3 out of 4 of those are really good. Champions, there's a good number, but not a lot, especially out of recent sets. He has a 4 range double target, so you're able to get that distance a little bit more on, which is kind of cool. He's not a really ranged piece, but just is there. He's also a team player with the Spider-Man team ability, and he ignores elevation for his movement. And then we look at the back of his card. He's 60 points like Blade. Charge at an 11 is pretty good, and then he's got his Quake and no defensive ability, but he has traded super senses, and he's got his outwit as well. So if you're playing a team with these 2 on it, everybody has stealth, everybody has super senses. They're both outwit pieces, so you have good utility on lockdowns. Just another very solid piece for 60 points. He hits pretty good. He's gonna get in there. You're not gonna have a hard time hitting him. Having a defensive ability here would be better, but I mean, he's new to being Spider-Man at this point, so he's not the strongest Spider-Man piece. The other character that's come up a couple times that is really good is this Hulk. He does the same thing as the other ones. He's got invulnerability. Friendly characters that are adjacent to him or have the Avengers keyword have toughness. I understand why they didn't give also invulnerability, because that would be really strong. And then he has the Avengers team ability, so our wild cards can copy that if you're playing a wild card on this team. Give him an extra move. He is entirely a melee piece. He's going on Avengers, Brute, Monster, Scientist. All of those keywords are good. All of those keywords are build-arounds. We look at the back. He is 70 points, so he's a little bit more expensive, but he does have a longer dial. And he's got that traded invulnerability. So all of these are reduced to damage. 19 at close is really good. If he's on a team with Natasha and you're getting in that stealth, you're not shooting him. He starts with sidestep, so it's really hard to run up and move him. You just got to kind of move him up as much as you can, but that's an 11 movement, 12 because of the Avengers team ability. So you can get some good distance on it. And then he goes to Quake, and he has his close combat expert, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage when he's got charge on those, and then flurry on the bottom with regen. He's just going to be hard to kill and deal a lot of damage. A very good piece for 70 points, something that you can include pretty easily. Nothing to bat an eye at. Another piece from War of the Realms is this Scarlet Witch here. She's a very good carrier piece. She's a Avengers, Latveria, Young Avengers, and Mystical. The 2 that really matter there are Avengers and Mystical. There are some Latveria, but you are going to be playing better pieces, especially with the Doom that makes things Latveria. She's Avengers team ability, so plus 1 movement. The carry is Phasing Teleport, Passenger 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her. So if you're building a Mystical team, an Avengers team, Young Avengers team, you have a really good transporter here. She's just all utility, and as a utility piece, she is only 30 points. Very simple. I mean, we've got 100 right here, 150, 210, 270 with that Miles Morales. So, like, right there, build an Avengers team. We just need, like, 30 more points of commons, and it's actually a pretty good team. But then she has telekinesis, so she can move your pieces a little bit better. Like, she can get your charge guys up into the fray a little bit easier. She's got your probability control. She's everything you could ask for on a really cheap utility piece. Just very good piece overall. And for a common, I mean, she's really a good figure. The last Avenger I have from War of the Realms that I wanted to talk about was this Captain America. This Captain America came up when we were playing my SEAL team, and the recruiter on him is pretty good. So if you don't know what a recruiter does, you give the recruiter a power action, choose a character with the the keyword of whatever his recruiter is. His is Avengers, as he is an Avengers and a soldier. So you choose an Avengers keyworded character on your KO area that hasn't been chosen by this effect, and you generate a character with less points from your sideline onto the battlefield, and they immediately score the piece, not when it's killed. So you can make utility out of your dead guys. Like if Blade dies, you could theoretically recruit in a Black Widow from your sideline and just keep playing. You do give your opponent points, but late in game it could change the tide of battle. Just good to have that utility. A lot of common Avengers that you could just throw on your sidelines as like a hey, we're gonna try type game plan. He's got leadership, and if he's on an Avengers theme team, he increases his leadership result by 1. So he's a leadership on a 4, 5, or 6, which is pretty good. Go over, but turn him over. This Captain America is only 45 points. He doesn't have any attack powers, but that's fine. He's charge, he's got a special leadership, and he's toughness. He's a recruiter, he's a leadership. Action total +1 is very good, especially if we're looking at this team right here that we've kind of thrown together. We need an extra action to get in there. He's got a range of 5, 2 targets. Just a really good piece. Something that you can look, you wouldn't really bat an eye at. I think he's pretty decent. My last piece that I wanted to talk about from War of the Realms is Loki. So this Loki is kind of cool because during your force construction, you can add a 7 Loki at 10 points if you have 1 at 50 points. So basically, you pay 50 points for 1, and then as many as you want, you pay for 10. And then you get a bonus for how many Lokis you have. For 2 to 4, you get action total +1. 5 or more, you get action total +2. And that does stack with leadership, so if you manage to get that, it's action total +3. He's an Asgardian, he's deity, mystical, again, really good keywords. He's mystics, is a really good team ability to have. Something cool. We turn him over, we look at his dial. So his 50-point line and his 10 starting line are exactly the same. It's designed so that your opponent at quick glance doesn't know which one is which, but you just look at the number and you can see. A stealth, super senses, probability control. Having a 10-point piece that's probability control with 3 damage, 10 attack, 6 range, 1 target means you can run somebody out there and just have somebody to prob one of your attack rolls and make sure that you're going to hit more often than you don't, and make sure your opponents hit less often is pretty good. After that click, he just goes to sidestep, energy shield deflection, outwit. The probability control for 10 points is really nice. If you have a bunch of these, you can throw them on a team just to fill in points. It's pretty good. I mean, having multiple probability controls in a turn is pretty decent. So I really like this Loki. Move them to the back. The last 2 pieces I really wanted to talk about were Mama Wanda. This is the Halloween Spooktacular Wanda from Disney+. She's Avengers, Celebrity, and Mystical. All 3 of those, really good keywords. She has the Halloween Spooktacular trait, so shape change, and when she uses it and succeeds, she heals a click. She's got a stop click on her last dial. She has a special probability control. It's prob. When she uses it to reroll a friendly attack roll, if the attack hits after resolutions, you remove a token from the attacker. So you can attack with one of your guys, purposely reroll it, so that way you definitely hit, and then pull your token off. That guy can keep going. It's really, really good. The other big thing that she has is defend. And when we turn her over and we look at the back of her card, the defend is on a 19. So you surround her with some pieces. So we'll put her next to Blade. Blade's got combat reflexes, so his defense becomes a 19, and then +2 to 21. They're not hitting him. Same thing with Black Widow. You put her up against anybody, just bringing them up to a 19 is very hard to hit, plus any of their modifiers. She has Mind Control and Force Blast as her movement powers, which are pretty good. And then she has regular probability controls. For 45 points, this is a really good piece, just to have that defensive ability, also the probability control, and making sure your characters can go every turn. She's really good. I like this piece a lot. The last piece, and I don't know how many people have had to deal with his shenanigans, is the Doctor Strange Supreme. He's mystical. Only mystical. Thank God he's not on anything else. He has the +5 points. He starts with the cloak of levitation. If you're playing Pauper, you don't get that because cloak's a super rare. He has improved targeting, hindering. So he ignores stealth. That's amazing. He starts with a defensive ability of energy shield, deflection, and invincible. And we're just going to turn him over because this piece is insane. So he's expensive. He's an uncommon, so he's got to be expensive for his points. But we look at this dial. 195 points, being a Pauper build around, you can't really say no to this. We've got a 12 running shot, 12 pen psychic, 19 energy shield deflection, invincible. So from range, 21. And he's got a 4 range combat expert. So he's hitting at a 13.5. That's stupid. And he does that for 3 clicks. And then even if we ignore those ones, then he starts on just 95 points. 10 running shot, 11 pen psychic, 18 with his energy shield and invulnerability, and 3 range combat expert. That's still a 12-4. That's still doing a lot of damage. And he's cosmic. So you're not outwitting him. You're going to take damage if you try to shoot him with mystical, if you can make it through this defense. And then, maybe we knock him down a little bit. All right, he's got phasing, pulse wave, probability control, super senses. He's still annoying. And then we go down and he's all black. Stealth, steal energy, regen, outwit. He's just annoying. At the last Pauper event we had, 3 of the teams played this piece. That was annoying. This guy is insane. Just on a Pauper standpoint. I think that he's not modern playable. He doesn't do a lot of flashy things. His numbers are really high, but obviously Thanos is better than him for something comparable. But this piece is nuts. I think he's a really good piece. He's also got an 8 range and 2 targets, meaning he's seeing most of the map and he's shooting most of the map. And if we put him on a team with Wanda, he's got the TK. We move him out 6 squares. So he's going to get 20 squares of range out of his ability because you TK him 6 squares, you move him 6 squares, and then he shoots 8 squares. That's the map. He's going to shoot whoever he wants to on turn 1 if he needs to. It's insane. This guy is dumb. But there are a lot of other Pauper pieces that are probably mentionable. These are the ones that I just wanted to talk about and bring some awareness to these cheaper figures, because I do feel like we do show off a lot of expensive pieces, a lot of cool pieces, because we do have some good luck when we pull our stuff, and you are looking at 2 people's collections when we do our videos. And know that I still think about these common pieces, these lower rarity stuff, and they can still be good, and you don't need to spend a lot of money in this game to have a good team, to enjoy this game, to play what you want to play. Just something fun, something a little bit different that I wanted to go over. This was a little bit of a longer video. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Leave comments down below if you got anything that you want to say, any feedback. We'd appreciate it. Share us with your Heroclix community so that we can get more people involved. We want more people to play this game because we really enjoy this game. And it's a really fun, unique, competitive tabletop game that I think more people should play. That's going to be it for today, guys. Until next time, take it easy.